What's up, everybody? Three and
Oh,
Impossible.
shit.
Been a minute. Been almost 2 weeks, Devion. There's not a lot
Yes,
happening
sir.
right now. Not a lot happening
Nah.
in the NBA right now, so we're kind of taking it a little slower. A little slower like this music.
Pretty
Devion's favorite
much.
music every week. He looks forward to the whatever
The
generic
elevator,
music.
elevator music.
But right, man, we've had some things said over the last couple weeks, some extensions, some schedule releases. We'll do a little start sit cut. Nothing too crazy. I want to start with something Draymond. So this is close to 2 weeks ago. I'm imagining you heard this the same way that I heard it. But let's get into it. We'll talk about it. We'll potentially discuss it. Draymond went on, I think it was his own podcast, and I forget who he was talking to. But basically, he said that he would take prime Melo over KD. We're talking about just scoring, obviously, not the whole player and everything. But he said he would take prime Melo over KD when it comes to scoring. So I'll let you react to that one first, Devion. But I mean, Draymond's been throwing some takes out there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know about that one, my boy. Like Melo, don't get me wrong, Melo was a beast, and I can get why he's saying that, but I think he's saying it more as a fan than actual like if he was picking up a team. Because Melo's got he got a package, bro. Like his offense package is crazy, but KD can do everything he's doing. He can shoot the three. He probably shoots the three better than him. He can shoot off the dribble. He go off any hand. He's 7 feet tall. He can turn around. He can do everything that Melo does, and he's just taller. And he's efficient. He might be a little bit more efficient, but the efficiency might be like
He's definitely more efficient.
you know what I'm saying. So like at that point, bro, KD, he damn with 27, 77, like this dude averaging. You know what I'm saying. LeBron, only person doing the shit he's doing. Like I don't get it. I get it. Melo was fun to watch, but will I take him over like KD? No aspect of the game. I'm not taking him at all. Not even at Denver. Not even at Denver. Like
Yeah, I
Melo.
mean this was just such a wild
Oh
take
wow.
because the way Draymond said it was like Melo's prime didn't overlap with Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're
Yeah.
in the same era. Like they were only what 6 years, if that, even difference in their drafts. So I mean, while Melo was like still in his prime, KD was winning scoring titles. So like,
Yeah.
what are we
Like
doing?
for real. I don't see how you can say that. I think that's just him being a fan. Like that might be some stuff like he don't like
I don't
KD.
think it's him being a fan. I think it's him being a hater.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You just don't like KD, bro, because like I don't like KD, but I KD, bro. Like
I mean, I'm not gonna say like that. That's just stupid.
that's he got it, bro. It's Draymond though, so I don't you got it, bro.
Cause I feel like he was asked a question. And I kind of feel like he maybe was like caught off guard by the question or something, and like I don't know. Like I just don't think that you could like. I just don't know. Like, how do you even think about that for like even 30 seconds to be like, yeah, prime Melo. And I loved Melo. I'm a big fan of Melo, but like
That's some
Kevin Durant.
that's some old nigga barbershop shit. Like Rocky Marciano would have beat Muhammad Ali's ass. That's some shit like that. That's what this is. Like, come on, bro. Like, Melo was cold. Don't get me wrong, but KD is Melo would have probably been like one of the best offensive players we've seen. Then he came into the league, and in the first 2 years, that was like, all right, let's go ahead and just compare him to like Wilt Chamberlain scoring or something. It's over with, bro. Like after the first 2 years, it
Well,
ain't even that.
I think like
Question.
another like if we really want to even like get into this, like even how stupid of an argument this is, Melo can only be effective as a scorer when he has the ball in his hands, whereas KD, we saw when he went to Golden State, he could go fit in and operate without the ball and still put up big numbers. It's like so many levels. Like there's the only thing that you could say Melo is potentially better than when it comes to scoring the basketball than KD is the post game, but like that's just not.
Yeah,
Not
but cool. You could be a three. You could be a three, and then play that. All right, KD can go play the 4 or 5 3, and he can pull you out. And then he's a stretch 5, stretch 4. He can do all. I'm like,
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if he's a one-trick pony. If he's scoring more points than Melo is while Melo's in his prime, I don't care if he does the same shit every fucking time. He's scoring better. So yeah, it's wild. But let's move on to some of these extensions.
That boy wild. Nut.
I'm curious to get your opinion on this one, Devion, as a resident Laker fan. LeBron signed a 2-year extension. You know, I think a lot of people were thinking he might kind of look for the next team that's kind of budding and putting a lot of good pieces together, you know, amidst all of the disarray in LA right now. But I mean, how do you feel? You got LeBron locked in for an extra 2 years now.
Personally, it's not really shocking to me. I think he's going to retire. The only way he might not is if, you know, if he says I want to play with my son, which I think he said that, and if his son goes to like who's terrible, the Hornets or some shit, then he'll go play with the Hornets for a year and that's it. But I think he's retiring. Like it's the only thing that's kind of weird is like he signed that shit fast. Like that was like, hey, LeBron's about to. Oh, he already signed it. I'm like, damn, boy. Like, I guess he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson, but I thought it'd take a little bit longer. But I think he's gonna retire there. I don't think, you know. Shit, I think we got the roster we got right now. We stuck with what we got unless we can offload a couple players. I think that's it. So, you know, it's not really shocking me. It's just I'm shocked at how fast he signed it. That's it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I wasn't shocked that he re-signed with the Lakers or anything. No. I think it's good for the Lakers. I think, you know, as LeBron continues to age, I think he's still going to be great, and he'll be a key piece to winning teams. You got to find somebody that can probably be better than him by the time this extension's over, but that's proven difficult for the Lakers because Anthony Davis just hasn't quite, you know, taken that leap. It'll be interesting to see how it'll be interesting to see what the Lakers do to continue to develop the roster, because it sounded like there were some people that were claiming LeBron kind of made a point when he signed the extension, like, I want Kyrie still. You know, like this roster is like still needs to be worked on. You know, it sounds like there was kind of like a, you know, kind of head nod, whatever, wink at, you know, like at signing that they were gonna still look to make some major changes to the roster. You know, because I don't like LeBron still wants to win.
Yeah,
like he like, you know, you have like the small section of fans that think like, oh, he basically went to LA to, you know, retire and like focus like half on like other stuff that he's got going on. It's like he didn't need to go to the Lakers to do that. He could have done that from wherever he wanted to. Like, I think he wants to win, and that roster still needs a lot of reshaping for next season. And I don't know if they can do it. I saw someone float Anthony Davis for Zach LaVine, and like I'm really trying to understand like what, like, do these people that float these ideas, like, do they want the Lakers to suck? Like, is that what they're after? Like, I don't know how you could see this roster when it's already hard to, you know, share the rock between LeBron and Westbrook. Yeah, let's throw another ball dominant guard in there. Like, I don't.
So let's kill our big man presence and get somebody who's smaller. Like, yeah, bro, that's just. I think they just be saying shit like.
Apparently, this was coming from an anonymous front office executive too. So yeah, I don't know.
Boy, that's sabotage.
Unless they drop in Big Voo with it too, but I don't know.
Wow, bro, that's the only way it's going. If they did that, then we know for a fact Zach LaVine ain't gonna wear no Lakers jersey. He getting shipped out somewhere. He's probably going to Brooklyn or somewhere to try to go get a Kyrie, and then Westbrook going with him. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Like, that don't make sense to put that in. And Anthony Davis, I feel like he's one of those people, like, even though he's saying that dumb shit, like, I ain't touched the ball in 6 years, people still will want him, you know, but even though he, you know, so bro, unless Westbrook is the only person who's getting traded. If he gets traded, we got a chance of rebuilding our roster. If he doesn't, that's it, because they ain't getting rid of AD, which I don't know why. But they ain't gonna get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm them, I'm trying to maximize this window right here, and like you said, I don't think people are going to take Westbrook. Like after last year and all the scapegoating that went on, like I just don't think people are going to necessarily want him or be willing to. Basically, people know that they don't have to send a lot to the Lakers to get Russ. Like there's not like no competition for him is really happening. So there's teams that'll probably take a flyer on him, but you're not going to get a big return for Russ. You could get a big return, I think, for AD. You probably won't get one player that's as good as Anthony Davis, but that might be okay. Just get some guys that fit around Russ and LeBron and make it shake.
Yeah, we need like 5 players, so I'm cool with not getting one. We need like 5, like for real. We need 5 more players if we go get rid of one of them. So they better start.
Yeah, season's around the corner. A couple months.
We'll see in February, because that's about the only time it seems like we go make some. We'll see in February if we've done anything, but it's a wrap.
All right, let's move on to the next legend that's re-signing with his team. Udonis Haslem. UD! Back in the 305 for his 20th and final season. He said this will be it. He mentioned he had a conversation with his now late pops before his death, that he was gonna make it for 20 years in the NBA, so he will be able to live that out. Will he play a ton this year? Most likely not. Things that go real wrong for my Heat for UD to step on the court, but I saw a good graphic since 2017 and 18. Most highest like salary per minute played. UD taking home number 1. So he's making a lot of money for not a lot of time on the court, but that's okay. UD, he earned it. He's good with me. So Devion, any reaction to my boy Haslem making one last go here?
Nah, it would have shocked me if they would finally say, yeah, he retired. But he getting it, man. He behind D Wade. That's, man. He might be the favorite like Heat of all time behind D Wade. You know what I'm saying? So just prepare him for the front office. Yeah.
I think people would probably still go like Alonzo Mourning and Hardaway before UD, but UD's definitely up there. And
I don't know. Yeah, you right, but he's a legend, bro.
I think one thing that's interesting about this though is, you know, a lot of I see all these people on Twitter and everything mocking it, like why do they waste a roster spot on Udonis Haslem, blah 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 blah. I promise you, the impact that Udonis Haslem has on a team, on the Heat team, is much more impactful than everybody's 15th player.
Yeah.
Everybody else's 15th player is trash and is probably 24 and adds nothing to the locker room. Yeah. Or at least Haslem is bringing something. He's been there. He's done that. He's won 3 times. He's good in my book. And a lot of people have like come back. I mean, they'll say, well, why don't they just make him an assistant coach? And that to me just displays like a lack of understanding of like what coaching is. Like that you are in different meetings. It's just a completely different role and interaction you have with the team. So,
Yeah,
yes, I
facts.
get it. He is basically like a coach because he is just mentoring it, but he's doing it in a different circle. He's walking different circles. The Heat have done this before. Before UD was the one that was like kind of hanging on for too long. Remember in 2013, they kept Juwan Howard on as a player. He never played. But they did the exact same thing. And Spoelstra's even talked about how it is completely different when they are a player going through that and then checking other players versus a coach. Like it's different. There's different levels to it. That's all I'm saying.
Then yeah, Howard went over to be what is it? A coach who was like Michigan or some shit.
Well, I mean,
What was it?
first
Yeah.
he was with Miami. He was an
Then
assistant coach with
yeah,
Miami, and
it's a
then
like
took
you
his
said,
job.
it's a process, bro. Like
It's
you gotta
just different. Like you
yeah,
have a different relationship with a coach than you do with a player. Like right
yeah.
now, Udonis Haslem at age like 42 is going to be showing up to Heat training camp and doing the conditioning test, right? Like coaches aren't doing that shit. So when is getting his old ass out there and he's still working to make his times and everything, like who the fuck on the team's gonna be like, man, I'm not doing that. Like you have no
Yep.
room to say that.
It's a
Like
fact.
that's just like a small example. Like it's shit like that. Like he can approach people in a different way. When he's a coach, sure, like the first like year or two, he'll be like, yeah, well, I was just in that place, blah blah blah, back in. But every coach, once they start getting too far removed, that whole back in my day shit doesn't always sit well with
And
players.
nobody care about that. Yeah, but he get a front office position, which
Of course,
yeah,
of course.
but it's just
If
like
he
right
wants it,
now,
if he wants it,
yeah,
unless he doesn't want it, then he won't. But
yeah,
if
because
he
I
wants
think
to
that's
be on the staff in any capacity, Haslam will have it.
yeah, because you paying him $1 million to do what your coaches can't do and be effective at it. Take that every time. That's a fact.
I mean, you
That-
saw at the end of the year
That's a
when
fact, bro.
everyone tried to blow up the whole thing when Jimmy was yelling at Spoelstra. Who was the player that stood up and started yelling back at Jimmy? It was Haslam.
Yeah,
Like that is good. Like
$1 million.
if that's a coach yelling at Jimmy, then it's just like 2-on-1, like combative. But it was another player stepping at Jimmy. So whatever.
Few bucks a year to do that. I'll take it. Smart
I
business
like.
move. Great
I
business move.
promise it's
Great,
more impactful than every other team's 15th player.
great business move.
1000%. But all right, we do have the schedule got released. So
Yeah.
opening day was released and all this stuff. But I want to talk about Christmas. It's always the big kind of jump off point for the NBA. So I'm gonna read out the teams, and we will react. So first, the early game is 76ers at Knicks. We then move to your Lakers at Mavericks. Then Bucks at Celtics, Grizzlies at Warriors, and we end the night with Suns at Nuggets. Devion, there's one team here that's not like the others. Well, there's kind of two, but one makes sense and one doesn't. I'll let you take the here.
Well,
Throwing it up. Here's a softball. Swing away.
the Knicks just gets TV time because of the Knicks. Like they have not been good since Melo was there. So that was it. And don't nobody want to see the Knicks in the 76ers. They should be the first game. For real, they should be the first game. Lakers and Mavs, that'll probably possibly be a good game. Mavs might low key blow us out. You know what I'm saying? Depends on like how we play. If it's like how last year was, they might like beat us by like 15 points for real. Not even trying to be all fan aside. Celtics and Bucks is gonna be a great game.
Yep.
Grizzlies
A+
and
on that one.
Warriors. Yeah, Grizzlies. I'm shocked that they put them on there, but it's gonna be fun to watch them because over the last 2 years, it's gonna be like the playing game, and then now the Warriors just won. So it's like, all right, let's see how they battle. I think that'd be like a fun, like
and they met in the playoffs
fast-paced game. Yeah, and I think that'd
They've
be
been
like
talking
a
all that shit
fast-paced
to
game.
each other in the offseason. Like that's
Love it.
another A+ for me.
Yeah, I love that. That's like never thought I'd heard see the Grizzlies be like, yeah, nah, cool. Ja go do his thing. Suns and the Nuggets. I probably could have watched that right after the Knicks.
I think
You know
there's
what I'm
plenty
saying?
of time zone there. West
But
Coast West
yeah,
Coast
I know. But
teams.
I'm like, if we had an order of how they will be played, I like Knicks, Nuggets, Mavs, Celtics, then the Warriors. I'm cool with that because I think the Celtics and Bucks game is gonna be real, real interesting. I think that's gonna be a real and Warriors and Grizzlies gonna be a great game. Suns and the Nuggets gonna be close too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be
That should be a good game.
it's gonna be a good game. But yeah, the Knicks gotta they they could have put the Bulls
So
right there. I would have been happier
my
than
my
that.
only thing with this is if we were going to go with this collection of teams, I think I would have preferred the Nuggets to play um, y'all, the Lakers. And like how we didn't get the Suns Mavs rematch is just
Don't know.
like I don't know how that I don't know what we're doing here. But so like I said, Bucks Celtics and Grizzlies at Warriors, those two A+ games. Good job, NBA. Lakers Mavs, I'll give it a B. I want to see LeBron. I don't really want. I want to.
That might be some past stuff too, like might be like over the years because we played them. We might beat them, but they 4-1 us, and then later on they better than us. That could be some stuff from like over time, but I would have preferred not to see that matchup. Not gonna lie.
No, I mean it's
I don't
fine.
even think
Like it's
it's
fine. Doesn't do a ton for me. It's in the second slot. Not
nah.
whatever. That's okay. Suns at Nuggets, I'll give a B+. Docking points just for them missing the Suns Mavs rematch, but it's still going to be a good game. You got the two-time reigning MVP. The Suns went to the finals. Just a couple years ago, they were in the conference semis this year. Like, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And then 76ers at Knicks gets a fucking F. What the fuck are they like? Why are you trying to ruin my Christmas? Putting the goddamn Knicks on fucking national television. Who gives a fuck? I don't care about watching the goddamn Knicks. I don't want to watch them. They're not interesting. Like they might be a little better this year than they were last year, but like last year they didn't even make the fucking play in. Like I don't want to see that. I get it, it's New York. Give me Brooklyn if you want a New York team. Give me Brooklyn. I just want to go through another thing here, Devion, because the NBA
That would have been
seems to get
great.
petty
Actually,
and disrespectful. But
that would be 76ers and
all
the
right.
Nets. Thank you. It'd been great.
So let's just remember these teams: 76ers, Knicks, Lakers, Mavs, Bucks, Celtics, Grizzlies, Warriors, Suns, and Nuggets, right? Okay. So Western Conference Finals was Mavs, Warriors. They're both playing. Got it. Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics, Heat. Interesting. Why are the Heat one seed? The Heat don't get it. Okay. Let's even go back around. We had in the semis we had Suns
Oh,
and Mavs both in there. Then we had Warriors, Grizzlies both in there. We had Bucks, Celtics both in there. Rematch. Again, A+. 76ers, Heat. 76ers in there. You could have given us a rematch of the Sixers and Heat series. Jimmy came to the Heat from Philly. Like, there was a bunch of storylines there. You had one half of the team there, like one half of the matchup there already. I'm just sick of the
Didn't y'all
NBA.
play in the last game? Didn't y'all play in the last Christmas game? When it?
Yeah,
Who did y'all play? Didn't y'all? Wasn't it?
I
Was it shot? And it wasn't y'all in the Celtics.
think it was 2 years ago after we had our
Yeah.
finals run. We played the Pelicans. We played Zion. That's what it was.
There you go. Yeah. Like why 76ers in the Heat, and I think somebody's up against somebody in that series. So I'm like, yeah, that would. But the Knicks, bro, that game just go.
PJ Tucker just went from Heat to Sixers. Like, there's a lot of storylines.
Bro, that game go be on in the background
7
with people
of the
cooking.
8 quarterfinal teams are playing on Christmas. Miami.
That's crazy.
Come on now. It's all good though. Disrespect noted.
Boy, that game gonna be on when people cooking. That's just gonna be on waiting for the Lakers to come on. Ain't nobody about to watch that game, boy. That game, trash. I'm sick of seeing the Knicks, bro. Like they're not good.
I know they
Like, why
keep
rewarding
forcing this
them to,
damn team
like,
down my throat. I do
man,
not want to see them. They suck.
it's terrible,
Get
bro.
them out my fucking face.
It's terrible. I don't even. They got it.
Respectful. Disrespectful.
Maybe, and I hope the Knicks win too.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'll be rooting for the Knicks, I guess. But all right, let's play a little start sit cut, Devion. Let's play a little start sit cut. First one, we're gonna go some legendary point guards, all without a ring though. No ring for any of these guys, but they are all legends in their own right. So start sit cut. Allen Iverson, Westbrook, CP3, Devion.
This is just like the
Yours.
player I prefer to have right now. Like, who give me a best chance to win a ring?
I mean, I feel like those should go hand in hand, but whatever way you want to take this,
Yeah.
Devion.
It's tough, man. And you know why I'm doing that too, bro. This is. I'm gonna go off players. I guess who will win, and I'd rather see. I probably would start AI. Westbrook and CP3 is the toss up. Because I'd rather have Westbrook. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather watch him play. I'd rather do it. But if I'm going for a ring, I gotta take CP3 because I actually think I can go further with him. He just can't be my number one option. That's it. So it'll. If I go for a ring, I go CP3 then cut Westbrook, which I don't want to do that. But I just think that I don't think too long about it.
All right, we're gonna go wildly different then. I'm starting Westbrook. I'm gonna sit AI, and then I'm cutting CP3.
Yeah.
I think they all have their flaws when you're trying to build a winning team, right? Like Westbrook, a little high on the turnovers, a little low on the efficiency, but I'm taking Westbrook at his peak, CP3 at his peak, because we're obviously taking AI at his peak. We've all seen them in the finals once. It's like they all check that box. None of them. You can't say that. They were all like too detrimental to get their teams to a finals. They all did that. AI was probably the only one that was clearly the best player on his team. But end of the day, Russ has an MVP, average a triple double. AI, I believe, has an MVP. One MVP.
They got one.
CP3, none, and like that's not necessarily like CP3's fault. He does a lot of great things. I love all of them in different ways. But if I had to do it, I think I would start Westbrook, bench AI, and cut CP3. But everyone knows I'm a big Westbrook guy. Do love me some Westbrook, but I think people have let like the last year and a half really like sour their opinion of Westbrook.
2001. That's what I thought it was.
Their finals year, yeah.
2000, yeah.
So, like, I don't know, Devin, because like I feel like last year, like people really started trying to run with this thing, like that Westbrook is like some cancer or whatever. Like,
no, our organization just sucked, and it's really been sucking the last 5 years. We just got, people just
you got lucky that LeBron James wanted to fucking go there.
That's it, bro. We got bailed out, and we won one ring, so they stopped talking about us. But our organization has just really been bad since the head bust has been gone. If we just being honest with you, so it's just like Westbrook is just the easiest person to throw at, but he's out of these three players. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He's easily the most talented. It's not even close.
Yeah,
that he's most talented. It's just like, who do I think gives me a better chance of winning out of three people who haven't won? But I rather actually, you know what? I just talked myself into some sense because all three of them don't have rings. So at this point, I'm just trying to sell seats. So I'm gonna cut CP3 because he's not gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could sell seats with AI and Westbrook. I think more people will come see him. At least you're gonna have a show. CP3 is just, what I'm saying. The only thing they're gonna say is he was a great point guard. Now, yeah, didn't do shit, and he don't really got the accolades compared to the others. It ain't gonna be crazy. So yeah, I'd rather not even see him play. To be honest with you, just
I
thinking
honestly
about
feel
that.
like as each one of these players' careers kind of wound down, I feel like they all have gotten fairly misrepresented by the people that cover the game. And I think it's because all
Why
three
you
of them
know
weren't exactly like
sure.
friendly with the media. Like Westbrook definitely isn't friendly with the media.
I love it.
AI, not really. You have the whole practice thing, and like
Love it.
CP3 is probably the friendliest with the media, but everyone kind of acknowledges he can kind of be a dick. So
Be
yeah,
like
I
a
don't know.
team cancer. Yeah. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
he's a little dirty. Like I don't know. He just can rub a
Yeah.
lot of people the wrong way, I think. So
Yeah.
all right.
Attributes of a leader. Yeah. So I'll take it.
I mean, don't get me
Oh,
wrong. Like, I would love to have CP3 on my team. Like if if the Suns want to trade CP3 for Lowry, send it in. But
that would be. Oh, actually, talk that into existence, my boy. But that contract is terrible. That would be. That's what
so
y'all
is
want. Y'all got to
Lowry's.
pour. Yeah. Oh, he surely. He's you got a poor man CP3. You ain't lying. They pay him way too much money. Yeah, swap them. A poor man CP3. I like that. Y'all get a ring with that. That'd be his only chance to win. So I like that one.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Start, sit, cut. Players on new teams edition. Point guards on new teams edition. We got Jalen Brunson with the Knicks, John Wall with the Clippers, and DeJounte Murray with the Hawks. And Devion, the kind of caveat I wanna throw at this one is who is going to have like the biggest impact on their new team. So
Oh,
basically the same thing, but I think there's just some slight nuance to that argument besides just who is the best.
yeah, I'll keep my comments. I'll wait. I just said to keep my comment.
Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Murray for sure. Murray, Wall, Brunson.
So you're gonna start Murray.
Murray. I'll sit Wall and Brunson. I'll cut
Brunson's
him.
getting cut. All right.
And it's
All
not
right.
because of his talent. It's because
Because it's where he's going.
it's where you going. Because yeah, you go shine, but you wait. You better hope they don't ruin your career, my boy. Like,
Pops on the coaching staff. I feel like that would be awkward. I don't think I would want to play like professional basketball for my dad. That to me that'd be tough.
I'll
I'm
tell you.
gonna see. I'm actually gonna start Brunson because I think he's gonna have the most in terms of impact. Like I think he like I don't think he's necessarily the best player of these three, but I think
No.
in terms of what the Knicks need, I think he delivers slightly more than Murray. Slightly more because I think he'll walk in there and kind of be their best player. And from everything that I, have listened to from like other players who have been his teammates and everything speaking about him, like in terms of him being like a good locker room guy and like just a lot of like those things that seem to always prevent the Knicks from being relevant, just a bunch of dickheads running around on the team. Like I think he will be a good I think he'll have a good impact like on the RJ Barretts of the world. Um, quickly, like all those young guys. I think he's gonna be a really nice player in that capacity as well. I'm gonna sit Murray. We talked about it a lot, that trade, and I think every time I think about that trade, I like it more and more for the Hawks. The only reason I'm sitting him and not starting him over Brunson is because I think his role is going to be smaller than Brunson's. Like Trae Young's still going to be
No,
the
that's a
guy.
fact.
Like
Yeah.
I think Murray's going to definitely bring them something that's going to help take them over the edge. And then I'm gonna cut Wall. I don't think Wall
Get that.
I think he's redundant on that team. So I think he still has a lot to play for, and I think he can still play. I'm not like trying to dismiss that or anything. I just feel like
I get it.
that's
It
now
makes sense.
3 players that you want them to have the ball and create for themselves and for others.
Absolutely right, bro. I
mean,
just took
they could
the better
use like his
organization.
playmaking though. They could use
That's
some
it.
playmaking, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah.
I've just never been sold on that fit there, for some reason.
Say Brunson, bro. Like, don't forget it's the Knicks, bro. They're gonna find a way to forget why they brought him there and
I
mess it
don't think the
up.
Knicks are gonna be. I don't think the Knicks are going to be fantastic. But like, I don't see
They'll
any
be
of these teams really
trash.
improving their like seeding in their respective conferences like that much. Like the Clippers will probably jump fairly significantly, but that's
Because
more
everybody's
because
healthy.
Kawhi coming back
Yeah.
than John Wall being added.
I think the
So
Hawks have a shot though. I think they have a shot
they do.
now
No, they have a shot.
to get the 7th or 8th seed. But the Knicks are
Right, but I
just
mean that's coming from
Brunson's.
the ninth. So like that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they're just not jumping that much.
Yeah, Brunson's going to
Brunson,
average 25. He's trying to average 25 to 28 points a game so he can get his next contract and show that it's not a bust. That's pretty much what he's going to be. He should be trying to do because the rest of those players, I think some of them going to be.
man,
They
they're
just go.
starting a lot of lefties. I just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson, R.J. Barrett, and Randall, all lefties.
I don't think Randall's going to
All
be
like
there by
really
the end
good.
of the season. I don't think he'll be there. I think they're going to get rid of him. I think he's going to be a trade because it's going to be a. And they might have brought Brunson in to help like keep him there, but I don't think it's gonna be enough because the organization gonna be like, man, it's bro, they just fuck everything up, and they'll get some good pieces for him. You know, I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna be there, but Brunson's gonna average about 25. He gonna be out there,
That
like
dude's a bucket. You can't take that away from him.
he
Like,
gonna have about 25 for sure. So I can't. I can't wait. I'm gonna watch a lot of Knicks games just so I can have a lot to talk
just
about.
a troll.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, you know how we end the show, Devion. We choose love, or we choose violence. So what are you doing this week, Devion? You choosing love or you choosing violence?
Violence, and I'm choosing violence on 2 things too. So
Double
I'm
violence.
choosing, yeah, man, violence on that. Like, don't put the on Christmas. Like, I think it's dumb as just like as a basketball fan, like nobody wants to see that. I guess as a business move, it might make sense, but like nobody wants to see that. Like, get them out of there when they're actually good and they actually earn it again. Cool. Last time they've seen the finals or won one was when Phil Jackson played. Like, nobody wants to see them, bro. And I'm picking violence. Actually, semi-violence, semi-love with the next one. It's gonna be a real weird thing with KD and the Nets again. So I hate that it's dragging out. Like, I really hate that it's dragging out. But I love like the way that they're playing it out when it comes to like just like I said last time, the negotiating aspect of it. It's like KD's trying to sabotage everything and say, "Oh, I want them out," cause friction to try to get them out. But that also might have been his downfall and kept him in the organization, and the organization really don't want to get rid of him anyways. So now if you kill your trade talks and your value, because people like, oh, y'all disruptive, and we don't got to give you as much, even though KD's that dude, we don't got to give you that much. So now that might force them to be with him one more year. And now if he gets it, one more year, he's going to ball out. He's not going to just not play. And Kyrie's got to prove himself. So it's not like it's you know what I'm saying? So you got one player who don't want to be there, who's going to play great. One player that wants to be there and has to play great. So they got 1 year to pretty showcase. And if they don't like it, now they can start shipping out and you don't ruin your organization. So it's like, I love it, but I hate it, but I love the way it's playing out because low key, like if I'm the Nets, I'm like, yeah, like I'm actually like, I like the
Did
way
you
this is going.
see? I forget who reported
Like,
it. Like there was like people floating rumors that Durant would retire instead of continue to play.
yeah,
Like
boy, man, get out of here, boy.
some of
That
these
ain't,
people, like you need to like just think about what you are about to report. You think this man's gonna retire?
they trying to go viral because that boy ain't no. So
Have
he
to,
go.
bro. Like, come on,
So
man.
you go retire and leave almost $200 million because you throwing a hissy fit.
$200 million to do something you love doing. Yeah, you might not be on the team that you want to do, but you still love fucking hooping.
You don't act, so it ain't like you gonna be an actor or nothing. What else you gonna do? Get some commercials and all this other stuff like that.
I
But
mean, like he's got all his business ventures and everything. Like he's
yeah,
gonna be making a lot of money off the court forever. But
yeah.
it's just like so. Why would he not? It just doesn't make sense. Why would he retire?
But
He might
hey,
sit out.
Cloud, that boy Cloud who came up with that. Like I'm just like, they just want to go viral because that's like that boy is not retiring. I thought that was. I saw that. I was like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, boy. So goofy ass.
I'm glad he
That ain't
addressed it
happening.
too in typical Kevin Durant fashion. You know, he just started tweeting at people and then replying to all these people. Like, you know, I don't necessarily love KD, but he is a hilarious Twitter follow. Like
He is.
when he just randomly decides to start like tweeting back at random people,
Fun to
fantastic
troll.
content.
I definitely would troll him. If I was in media, I'd troll him all the time.
All right, I'm gonna show love. I'm gonna show love to UD. I mean, have to. Coming back for his 20th season, I think that's dope. The whole story with he had told his father before his father passed away that he was going to make it 20 years in the league, as an undrafted guy as well. Like, whatever you think of Udonis Haslem,
That's
and
true.
like, if you think it's a waste of a roster spot, end of the day, he's made himself valuable enough to one organization, which is all that matters, to last it 20 years in the NBA. That's incredible. Heat legend. Love him. Nothing but love and props for my boy UD. And fuck you to all you haters that are hating on him being on the roster again. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Jeremy. I saw him tweeting today. He tried to bait. I know he was looking for me to respond to him too. I didn't give it to him. Not today.
We're trying to bait. Oh, well, that's funny. Oh, I can't wait today. Oh, I know we about to end it. I can't wait. Jeremy, I can't wait.
Jeremy was trying to get on last weekend, I think, but we weren't scheduled to record on the day that he was available. But we'll have to get Jeremy back on here soon so we can
I want to talk about that
talk about his
circus.
prospects. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk
Clown
about that
show.
circus because he gonna be realistic. Because he being a little bit more realistic. I can't wait. But it's just, hey, bro. It's one bad organization to another, so it ain't no hate over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the only good organization. You got the only winning basketball team, so it's cool, bro. Oh man.
Oh yeah, we'll have to get him back on. Hopefully, when Joe is back on, hope Joe's doing well. Some family stuff going on. That's why Joe's not with us today. But prayers up to Joe and Joe's family. But yeah, I think that's a wrap for the episode, Devion.
Yes, sir.
Man, we need some NBA news or something to come through because, woo, dead period.
Yeah, I'm off.
All right, y'all. You got the next KD rumor.
You know it.
All right, y'all. 3